Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of Just Carve Rob. Well, we got our cowboy hat painted, guys. We haven't done anything with this guy yet. Haven't painted it or nothing, but I do believe all the carving is done on him. So maybe a little later on, I'll break out the paints and stains. I think I'm going to do a lot of staining on him as far as his beard and mustache goes. We'll use a couple different color stains. I don't know about his face, if we're just going to stain that or if we're going to paint it, or, haven't decided on that yet. I see everybody stains theirs, the whole thing. But I'm a little odd. I like adding a little color to them. So, anyway, thank you all the well-wishers. Seems like my back's recovering fairly well. I still haven't been out doing a whole lot, but sitting around. So, what are we carving, Rob? Well, I figured we'd do a little carving today on today's video, guys. Look what we got. We have a Canadian nightcrawler. Canadian nightcrawlers are the #1 bait for fishing in America, guys. Canadian nightcrawlers. Well, why does he have a helmet? Well, Mr. Worm, Mr. Nightcrawler, why do you have a helmet? Because I'm a Canadian nightcrawler. Okay. I'm a stunt worm. You're a stunt worm? Yes. Do you have to go to school for that? Yes, I had to go to the Wormstrom Institute for Stunt Worms. Ha-ha! Oh, you did? Yeah, it teaches you how to roll and fall. And always wear your helmet, guys. Always wear your helmet when you're doing stunts. Oh. Okay. Well, have you been in anything I've seen? Do you watch outdoors fishing shows? Oh, yeah. Who doesn't watch outdoor fishing shows? You gotta learn. Well, you think all your fancy American night crawlers want to actually get chased by a 20-pound bass? No. You see them get on the hook, and then before the guy casts, they switch him out with me, and then I have to run away from the bass. Oh. So that's what a stunt worm does. Yes. All right, Mr. Stunt Worm. Do you mind if we finish carving you? All right. So, anyway, that's our stunt worm, guys. He went to the Wormstrom Institute for Stunt Worms in California. How about that? Okay, so, I guess what we're going to do with our stunt worm today, guys, is we are going to carve I don't know what you'd call them, ripples, I guess? Is that what you call the rings that go around a worm? I don't know. They're skids. Is that what? Because that's how they crawl, right? They use them little. Actually, worms have almost like little tiny hairs that you can't see. Some worms, not all worms. Some. So I think that's how they wiggle along in the dirt. So let's see. What carving tool shall we use today? I think we're going to use the mini carver. All right. So we're going to need something to make rings around the worm. Ring around the worm, ring around the worm. I think a very small ball diamond. Let's give that a try. Okay. Disengage. Pull out, because we got our 3/32 collar in there. Pull that out. And we will put our 3/8 ball, tiny ball. Not 3/8 ball. Our tiny diamond burr in there, okay? And we'll give that a try. And if that don't work, we will go to the SCM high-speed air tool. Matter of fact, we should probably just go to the SCM high-speed air tool to start out with. But we're testing this guy out, so we want to see if he'll do it. If not, we'll switch over to the SCM high-speed air tool. Okay? So let me get the vacuum started up, and then I'll do the narrating as always, all right? Hang on. All right, guys, here we are. On the left is the SCM high-speed air tool. On the right is the mini carver, the micro motor with a very small Diamondberg 1/8 inch. Now, guys, I did not intend this video to be a versus video. SCM versus what's the name of that? Master Carve, I think. Is that his name? That Master Carve micro motor. Did not intend this to be a versus type. Compare the different carver video. But guess what? It kind of wound up that way. So what we're going to do is cut the first half of our ringworm. Ringworm. The first half of the rings on our stunt worm here. Using the micro motor with the small diamond burr. Now let me tell you something about this ball diamond. This is brand new. I've never used it, so it should be at its maximum sharpness. I believe these are 120 grit, I believe. Now, I have sped this up to 1.7 times the original speed for you guys, so that we don't got to sit here and watch me carve circles, okay? It's a little bit dark, too, I see. Should have lightened that up, but it is what it is, guys, okay? Shout out to Cleve's Backyard Wood Shop. Go check out Cleve. He's made a Cleve the Grouch in a garbage can. He's wood carved owls, and Cleve does all kinds of cool stuff. So you might want to go check out Cleve. Cleve's Backyard Wood Shop. Yep. Good guy, Cleve. And if you get a chance, go out check out that Phil Grop guy. You can catch him on Carving Fusion World of Wood Carvers on Facebook. And there's a lot of talented people on that Carving Fusion World of Wood Carvers. Make me look like I'm carving a stick with a putty knife. They are good, guys. Go check them out. Now, here we are with the SCM high-speed air tool. Okay, we cut all the rings halfway on the worm. And same speed, nothing's changed, guys. But you can see how much faster this high-speed air tool is. Yes, I do realize my hat's in the frame. Get out of there, hat. And after I bump it a couple times, I'll turn the hat around so it's not in the frame anymore. Okay, so yeah, just watch how much faster this is. I can do the bottom half of this worm quicker, and it has more rings than the top half, and I can cut deeper. Okay, this is a small flame burr on here, football burr they call it. When you order them, they're called a football burr, but it looks just like a flame burr guys. Now, if you look up their flame burr, it's totally different than everybody else's flame burr. Okay, so. But this is what this burr actually looks like as a flame burr. And this is the number of the small one they have. Okay, we will switch over to the bigger one when we go to round these rings over. Because we know worms don't have square rings, right? They're like whoop-de-doos. Okay, now check out the difference between the back half and the front half. The SCM is a far superior small detail tool. Okay, that's why they make so many different types of tools for so many different types of things, right, guys? And I'm going to go back over those rings on top because they weren't deep enough. You know, compared to the bottom ones, get out of here. Forget about it. So, yeah, we're going to go chase all those rings back with our high-speed air tool. And I will do a comparison. I will use the micro motor. What is that, Master Carve? I think Master Carve's the one that makes that micro motor. Hey, it's a great tool. I really enjoy using it. on most things, bigger things. This thing, I did carve his face and his helmet with the micro motor. Okay? I'm just reminding you guys how awesome this air tool is. But if you do not have the capacity for air compressor, yeah, but the SCM is spinning at 400,000 RPMs too, at 35 pounds of air. So 35 PSI. Okay, so you can vary your speed on your SCM by turning down your air pressure. And I'm running this one at probably about 20-ish pounds, between 20 and 25 pounds of air pressure, just for doing the shaping. Because if you notice that your burr's burning your wood, just slow your air speed down a little bit and use a lot less pressure. Okay. So what we're doing is we're rounding our rings over on our worm. Love the SCM. Great tool, guys. But if you're not where you can have an air compressor and you're living in an apartment or a duplex or something like that, the micro motor is a good second alternative. Okay, but for me, I don't ever see the micro motor replacing the high-speed SCM air tool. It's just so much faster, carves a lot cleaner. It's all in the speed, guys. It's all in the speed. That's all there is to it. The SCM does not have the torque that the micro motor has. And you can use bigger bits in the micro motor, okay, for larger things. But for little detailed things, you can't beat this SCM, guys. I mean, I logged a lot of hours with mine when I first got it, for doing gun stocks and walking sticks and that kind of stuff. You can't beat this tool. Okay. Because this is what I had. Then I got a dremel for bulk removal, so I could use bigger bits. And then I found out about micro motors. So I don't know if I would have bought a Dremel, after I got the micro motor. But believe me, the Dremel has its place too for taking off a lot of wood. Like if you're doing some 3D carvings and you want to get in there and just hog that wood out of there, the micro motor would do a good job, but the Dremel does a good job too. So that's, you're kind of flipping the coin there on what kind of carving. It all depends on what kind of carving you plan on doing. If you're going to do a lot of little things, micro motor, SCM high-speed air tool, great tools to have. If you're going to do a lot of bigger carvings, like bigger wood spirits and stuff like that, I suggest all three. The SCM for doing the details, the Dremel for hogging all that heavy material away, and the micro motor for doing the detailed work. I know that's a lot of money. You're talking $1,000 right there, right? So that's all I can say about that. Okay. It's up to you. You got to know what kind. This is the flame bird, diamond flame bird, guys. We're going to try doing some cleanup work on the back. See, we did the front half of the worm with this micro motor, and then we switched over to the SCM for the bottom half. And this time around, we flip-flopped it. We did the cleanup on the top half with the SCM, and we're attempting to do that with this micro motor on the bottom half. Okay, I'd like to get the 1/16 collet for this to do a bit-by-bit comparison. You know what I'm saying? So that you can take the bit right out of the SCM and put it in this, and then compare them with the exact same bit, but I don't have that right now. I do have it for the Dremel. And at 35,000 RPMs with the Dremel at full bore, they do not perform, those tiny bits do not perform well in the Dremel. So pretty soon here, I'm going to get mad at this micro motor because it is making a mess of my grooves. This is probably the tiniest thing I've carved with this micro motor, and not really happy. It's making a mess of my rings. So it's gonna make me mad here in a couple seconds. Yep, there it is. Made me mad. Turn it off. Put it away. Back to the SCM. Yes, the SCM is the superior carving tool for this situation. I'm not saying it's a superior tool for every situation, guys, but for this one, it is. The micro motor will never replace the SCM in my tool arsenal. So we're just going to clean this up real quick, and I think I'll finish the sanding of this little guy off camera. And I think we're going to wind this one up for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe learned something. I know I learned something. This was never intended to be a micro motor versus SCM high-speed air tool, but it kind of turned out that way, didn't it? Every tool has its place. As you get it deeper into the carving. I see Mario Tata, he just bought himself a Dremel 4300. He went from an off-brand to, he decided that he liked to carve, so he's gone to that. Okay, guys, we're going to end this video here. Share, subscribe, and like. Hey, and you guys be awesome, all right? Carve something awesome. Thank you, all my subscribers, my new subscribers, my old subscribers. You guys are awesome. You guys are what make this channel happen, all right? There's a last look at our stunt worm. Cleve's Backyard Woodworking Shop. He's got an awesome worm too, guys. Hey, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Share, subscribe, and like, and hit the bell.